Hi Aries, how are you doing? How have you been getting along the last little while? Yeah, the last time, well, I don't know if we're going to connect this story to the last story, but the last story, somebody came through very unusually for me. I'm used to talking to, mostly, I spend most of my time with people that have passed over. And so I'm used to talking to them through the cards, but not in readings for YouTube. So last time I heard somebody connected to you wants you to very specifically invest in tarot cards for yourself if you haven't already, and get into conversations with them. I'm typically connected to people that suffered sudden or violent deaths or murders, and have suffered injustice in their death. And so there might be somebody connected to you that you can think of automatically that speaks to that, but somebody who left in distress, and it's part of their healing. Yes. Anyway, let's see where we're at now that we're in summer solstice, and we're coming up for, we should have a full moon, shouldn't we, for releasing. Double check that. But anyway, I brought up the Lenormand. This is my first time using them. I've had them for over a year, but it's my first time using them in a very creaky. It's bugging me. Let's see if I can fix that at all. But instead of using an oracle, I'm going to use them because they have different meanings. And they work in context, right? Normally, like a full Lenormand spread will be all of the cards, and it's all about how they are placed against each other. Yes. Obviously, we're not going to do that now, but I'll take that into. I have the awareness of them, that their meanings are relative to position, completely. I mean, the same can be said for tarot, but not as specifically as with Lenormand. So let's start with these, and then we'll get into the Morgans and see how you are. I don't know if this'll, it's been a while since I've shuffled them. Not really too much of a point, because the cards will fly anyway, and that's just way too loud and obnoxious. So let's see, Aries. Let's see how you're doing. Ooh, sticky. Sticky. We'll get there. We'll get there. What do we need to know? Okay. Take it that way. Wow. Oh. Well, I don't like it upside down. I just did a happy reading for an Aries. Why is there an upset reading for an Aries? Okay, so a commitment. Now it's a 25, so we have a 7. So we have a transformation. Well, I'm not happy about this at all, and probably neither are you. And this, of course, may not be for everybody, right? 2 together. Okay, a transformation. What has happened? What has happened? Security. Do I have the moon here? Yeah. Okay, the moon. Again, very similar to the tarot for me. In fact, Lenormand has the interpretation of the moon that I prefer to the traditional meaning of the tarot, where it's, it's my happy card. So intuition's down, security's down, the house, the home. What do we have here? We have the Ace of Wands down. Desires down, unhappiness. King of Hearts is down. King of Cups. And the 8 of Cups. Proving yourself to yourself. Some Duke guides. Okay, is there any more somebody. Aries. Okay, like how many? Good Lord. Well, it came out sideways though. Pisces had quite the story to tell as well. Okay, well, we've got that death, we've got the coffin right there with, it's basically a death card. Something's, okay, but it's all sideways. So let's say that it's not, we're just going to do this whole read with Lenormand. Is that how we're going to do this? Now the cross is basically, you know, you think of, you know, it's pretty. It's a very pretty card, but the cross, of course, is an instrument of death. And it's a lot to carry. You don't actually want to be carrying a cross because it means you're walking to your crucifixion. Well, you'd probably just be carrying the crossbeam, but anyway. So something's been a burden. Now here we have the whip, which is, you know, violent, harsh, nasty behavior, abusive. And a rider, we have motion, we have something that's halted, we have something that is, you'd normally need to be on the ready for, you'd need to be, you know, and it's fleeting, it's passing, it's like an opportunity that you need to be ready to grab, because when it's gone, it's gone. And then again, passage, adventure, moving, either getting away from something or going to something. And what do we have? I'm going to try not to touch the table so I don't make this frame creak. But we have, okay, the Six of Clubs, the Six of Wands, which is a very interesting card to put with that cross. We have a 9, proving yourself to everyone, with the 36 combined into the 9, which gives us 369, so all the 3 favorite magic numbers. Then we have the 11 and the, I believe, it might be the Knight of Clubs. I can't remember if it's the King or the Knight of Clubs. Knight, possibly, I'm not sure. But either way, aggressive behavior, aggressive words, aggressive decisions, more than aggressive. But that's an 11 and that's a 2. So that's a decision. Then the 8, yes, the strength of, and we have 9 of Swords, proving yourself to everyone. So we have, and here we have, okay, and the rider is the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, and a 1, an ace, a beginning, and the 3 of manifestation with the 10 of Swords, a new start. So the burden, if we were to turn them all to the, in the one direction, yes, then this burden and this severity, it comes to an end, and then there's a fresh, there's an opportunity, yes, and safe passage. And if we turn it the other way, then that journey's over. The opportunity is lost. The thing there could be a rebirth. There would be a rebirth, a new start. The end of aggression, the end of violence. and the end of the burden. So, depends how we want to take it. Okay. Well, Aries, let's just breathe into these cards a second here. I'm looking for major arcana as to why. Now, is this actually a romantic relationship? Is this more to do with somebody else? Like, Taurus energy for me. Somebody else, everybody else would put it as Capricorn. But Page of Pentacles first is second house energy to me. So somebody has and this would be like second house energy. I mean, definitely connected to home. Somebody's offering something. I don't know. I'm going to put it on this side because it leaves it open. Because if I put it over here, then he's like looking elsewhere. Yeah? Maybe he is looking elsewhere, we'll find out. Or she. Lots of cards want to jump out together. What's going on? What's going on? Let me check it. Seven of Wands, Leo energy. In reverse. There's that transformation in reverse. Okay, mostly in the upright. Now, Pisces energy. But psychically connected, guided, yes. Full of love. Carrying that Ace of Cups. The rest of the story here. Interesting. Now, I just did a personal reading for an Aries, and the Six of Swords came out in the upright, and now it's stuck sideways. Not that it's going to be the same for that Aries as for you, but it's just kind of interesting, and it's helping me sort out my thoughts about this. And it's echoing these cards, echoing now why? Caught between the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Now that's all information and communication and thinking. For me, this is a Libra card. Others, it would be an Aquarius card. But the Five of necessary change. So we've gone through a necessary change of thinking, communicating, and that could have tipped the balance. Could have thrown things off. We could have a ship that is rocking. Okay. What does Aries need to focus on right now? Look at that, parallel to that. The Truth. What am I flashing at the bottom? 10 of Cups in reverse. There's something fundamentally off between you and this person in this boat with you. I got the Strength card with the Six of Swords for the other Aries. And the Queen of Cups upright. So I feel like it was all good. And then, what went wrong? This Truth. What do we have? Where's that other ace? Right there, that Ace of Wands. So 2 aces. So this ace affected that ace. I'm flying. It's at the same angle. It's at this 45-degree angle. Wow. Do I have her on screen there? Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a masculine and a feminine. There's a king and a queen on the table. And it could apply. I'm just saying in terms of complementary energies. Suggesting an equal relationship. But what's with this Page of Pentacles then? What is with the Page of Pentacles? Is that our child? Because Queen of Swords is not speaking now, or she's really pissed off. And her sword's going in the opposite direction of that sword, so she's not liking the truth. She is not liking the truth. It's all pointing in the same direction. I have an 8 of Cups slapping out, and we do have 8 of Cups on the table. I'm in Pisces energy, but they could apply to either. But this this Page of Pentacles doesn't seem like if I've got if I have a king and a queen on the table, then that means 2 people are in full power. Self-possessing, so it seems like this is a third person, and so the child came out first as the primary concern. Then the primary concern, possibly. Now I have Devil in the same direction as this Capricorn, but let's just say Devil and interference possibly against. Really, I mean, the angles were completely at right 90 degrees to each other. And we do have the 9 of Swords. The 10 of Swords, okay. 10 of Swords going back and forth between the Ace and the 9. Proving yourself to everyone. This for me is Aquarius energy. 11th house energy, so legacy, revolution, very involved in community, very involved in, you know, other people. So there could be an issue of how many other people are involved. The publicity, the public life versus the personal life. Possibly some boundary issues. I'm just going to put that there because it's where I got room for it. Okay. Um, and because we have a crossing swords energy, okay, let's just do this. Because we have swords here in the, I have this sideways energy of swords, safe passage, right? And her, look at her, okay, these two swords going against each other, these swords are pointing in the same direction as the Ace of Swords. Why is it? It's a very complicated read, and I have a feeling it's because it's a very complicated process of actually communicating, and especially if communication is down, everything's at stake. And so probably a lot of fear. Yeah, everything's, God, everything. Yeah, well, why wouldn't it be? Sorry, you get so caught up in the contemplating mode that, you know. Okay. Then what's the hope for this? I mean, there's always, what's the answer? Oh, okay, strength. Just like it did. Okay, so this is echoing the personal read. Strength came out again. Strength came out again. Leo energy. And then, of course, lunar and solar energy. Proving yourself to yourself in the 8. And then we do have major arcana. We have major arcana with the devil. Anything else Lenormand wants to say? And then Lenormand's said a lot. We've got half the deck on the table, but okay. Knowledge. And we can take the snake in the upright. I would take it as a good thing. It can mean many good things. Deceit. Somebody knows something and they're not saying it. Something's been kept. Something's been hidden. Now, somebody's interfering with knowledge. This is probably why somebody in heaven wants to talk to you. Because they're going to know things that I don't know. Right? There's going to be specifics. And things that need sorting. There's a big picture at stake here. But also in terms of finding the balance and, you know, your other person getting used to the situation and understanding and seeing the whole picture, seeing what it's all about, seeing why you are how you are and how there are so many people, things like that. Getting clear about everything. And if you're going through a transformation and we're not clear even on that, then it's you know, there's confusion there. So yeah, absolutely, there's interference. There's been knowledge held back. And there's something spiritual that needs to be up-leveled, shall we say. There's something spiritual that needs to be accomplished. And it is... It's very interesting, though, that we have this Page of Pentacles, student energy, and now I have knowledge. And of course this could come out with a few different meanings. But let's say somebody's learning something. Okay, so if there's not a child involved, then somebody's starting on a venture learning something. And there's interference with the learning. And people could be triggered as you pursue this knowledge, as you pursue this transformation. Don't give in to matrix thinking. Don't let everything become matrix. And then you've got, okay, so if this is a relationship, yes, that we're talking about now, it could be, I'm taking it as a romantic relationship. But if it's also like a work situation, any commitment, okay, let's just say commitment. Yes, if there are struggles, it's tied to you stepping into this magician identity, because you might not be fully aware of what that identity is yourself, but you needed to be protecting it, yes, and rolling with the punches as they come, like the learning curve, the sharp learning curve of like incorporating, like actually going from somebody who believes it in your own space, pursues it in your own space, and then shares that, and then manifests it all around you. Like everybody that's attached to you has to come to grips with this kind of life now. And maybe they thought, maybe they didn't know it was coming, or they look at it and they go, well, that was nice when it was yours, but now that we have to, coexist with it, now that it's becoming such a thing and it's becoming part of who you are and how you're identified in the community, maybe we're not so happy with that. Because we thought we knew the territory. We thought we were getting into the most stable situation, the most like somebody might be very happy with matrix, or they haven't come to this in their own way, and so there has to be, if you're acclimatizing to it yourself, and then you have to figure out how to help the others acclimatize to it. And that's where your guides on the other side really help, because they bring in the emotional connections. They bring in the normalization of, you know what? Yeah, we do die. We do pass over. And it's better to start acclimatizing to that spiritual space now while we're here than to be in shock, and to be in denial in this lifetime. And then, boom, suddenly you have to face the transition and you're not sure what's what and who's where. So they are it's a huge gift from them to be increasingly in contact with them and to acclimatize. Yeah, I think it's something like that. And I think that's why they're reaching out, so that they're normalizing for you how magic you are. And then they can help normalize it with everybody in your family. I think we want to win here because we have the strength card here. That was very much my sense in the reading. It was on Tuesday that I gave that reading, and it was very clear. And the Queen of Cups actually, for the first time ever in a deck, was just flipped around in the deck facing up, ready to go, like in a good way, like game. I just feel like I need to say that now. So something is happening. The truth is making this all happen. Okay, Aries. So strength. I think that is the message for right now. And that means, again, you need to allow time. If you can both allow time for learning, and you can just keep, if you can, communicate. There's shock. There's, there's shock, but then there's love. There's love. There's got to be this love that, so intervention. We could have intervention here. High Priestess intervention. But again, yeah, Look how complex this is. Okay. All right. Well, and that's just it. It's just blending matrix with spiritual. It's a rough ride. There's turbulence. There's turbulence, and it might look like the end. It might look like the end of the relationship. But again, look at how much is sideways. There's more energy is actually suspended than in reverse. So everybody's possibly feeling like it's all over, but there's just many factors to be decided. Look at all these like crossing energies. Okay. All right, Aries. So I'll keep you in my prayers, in my meditations. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. And much love. And basically, you have to believe that you're doing the right thing. You're on the right track. It's not easy being on the right track. But you cannot sacrifice any part of yourself, especially your magic self, especially this psychic king, right? This guided king. Cannot sacrifice that for anything. That would be, everybody goes down the wrong path together then. Okay? Much love. There's a way. And it was going to happen. The turbulence was going to happen. Because otherwise, everything has been progressing. If it could have happened another way, it would have. Okay? Much love. Back in 2 weeks. And actually, Aries, I just want to point out something. Got a Queen of Wands here with this snake in reverse. This snake that's a threat. If it were in the upright, it would be okay. I was just getting set to do the thumbnail, and I'm going to turn the ring around in hope, because I don't want to put an omen out there. If I put it around in the reverse, right? I turned around a card for somebody else as well. But I feel like that's that's just projecting. Because I feel like this is a feeling right now. So I want the clarity of, here are forces turning that ring upside down. Okay, but yeah. So I noticed this Queen of Wands. So there's quite possibly a feminine energy who is set against you guys, and working with information, working with knowledge, working with input. And that could be on this side, or that could be on the spirit side, in your life, in the immediate, or an ancestor, or and so again, and that would be more reason to connect with anybody that's got more information to tell you through cards that since you are so psychic. So get those cards and start talking to whoever. And remember what I said about it being somebody. Usually I link to people that have had violent deaths or suffered murder, or sudden, very unpleasant deaths that they wish, that they didn't have time, that they're still needing healing from. And part of that healing is in helping and being connected and being heard, right? And so this Queen of Wands in reverse, this mean person with a strong will set against you, right? Again, I feel like it's a different energy. I feel like this queen is just angry, right? There's not the same level of menacing as pairing her with the snake. So, okay? All right. Just notice that. Hope it helps. Much love.